Hi, Todd Warren here in the Forecast Center with an updated forecast for the ArkLaTex as we go through what's going to be a cooler week this week. The bad news is models kind of hinting we won't see much rain as we begin with a look at early afternoon across the area. You can see a band of scattered areas of light rain which have been decreasing. This is associated with a cold front which is sliding its way through the area. It's possible we could see some new development later on this afternoon further to the south here in East Texas and Northwest Louisiana. And as far as Shreveport, Marshall, Minden, perhaps our best chance of rain here in the coming days will be this evening, and then things will shift a bit more to the south on Tuesday. You'll see that with futurecast here in a second. Meantime, the upper level ridge that has been keeping us so hot, you can see it now centered over the northeastern Gulf of Mexico. This upper level trough here is breaking this ridge down, and we will eventually see a pretty good upper level low develop over the middle of the country. How far south that low eventually settles will determine how much rain we get across the region, and the models again have been trending a little bit further to the north over the last several runs. Here's a look at Robin Sawyer to Futurecast. You can see the scattered showers across the area this evening, which will end. We could see some new development late tonight heading into tomorrow morning, and then the majority of the rain tomorrow will be near or south of Interstate 20. We'll see a partly to mostly cloudy sky tomorrow night, and another possibility for some scattered areas of rain as we go into Tuesday night and Wednesday morning. That activity will decrease and become more isolated Wednesday afternoon. Then we'll kind of take a pause until that upper level low gradually settles over probably northern Arkansas, southern Missouri. Very late in the week, we could see some wraparound rains impact especially the northern half of the ArkLaTex on Friday. Meantime, we do have a developing tropical system. The National Hurricane Center has begun issuing advisories on potential tropical cyclone 9. This system is expected to move towards the north into the southeastern Gulf of Mexico here probably during the next 24 to 36 hours. Landfall is expected late Thursday somewhere over northwestern Florida, probably a little bit to the east of Apalachicola, Florida. Very well could be a major hurricane as it approaches that part of the U.S., and it should stay far enough to the east that it will not bring any impacts to our area. That being said, here's a look at the overall pattern during the next 10 days. You can see as I move this forward, this model has that upper level low at some point dipping as far south as I-20. The majority of models do not show that southward dip. If we do see that dip, we will get a little bit more rain, but again, most models, as you'll see that reflected here when I show you all the rainfall potential numbers here in a second. But again, we will, as a result of this, see much cooler temperatures later this week with highs upper 70s, low 80s to close out the work week. This upper level low will gradually lift out as we move into the early part of next week. And heading into next week, you can see a little bit of ridging trying to reform over the Gulf of Mexico, which should result in a little bit of a warm up by the end of the 10-day period, but nothing as extreme as we've seen here over the past week. That being said, here is a look at rainfall potential during the next 10 days. And you can see the heaviest totals according to the blend of all the different models over the northern sections of the ArkLaTex, where a half an inch to maybe an inch will be possible. Amounts in East Texas and Northwest Louisiana, a quarter of an inch or less is what we're probably looking at. Here's a look at some of the individual models and their 10-day outlooks. And you can see in Shreveport, if GFS is correct, we could see totals again that do approach an inch. Again, the best chance of maybe seeing an inch, Texarkana and points north. And in southern part of the area, it's highly doubtful that you'll see amounts above half an inch, even though the GFS does show that as a possibility. So again, as of right now, it looks like below normal rainfall for most of the ArkLaTex, with the heaviest rains especially later this week over the northern part of the area. So a forecast for tonight, mostly cloudy, a little bit of rain possible mainly this evening, as we'll see 73 for the low temperature in Shreveport, 66 in Texarkana, 62 in DeQueen, 73 degrees in Natchitoches. As far as tomorrow, mostly cloudy. Again, a possibility for that scattered shower, mainly over the southern half of the area. We'll see 88 degrees in Shreveport, 84 in Texarkana. Notice the better rainfall chances here in deep East Texas, Northwest Louisiana, with, again, the coolest temperatures farther away from that frontal system, middle 80s over the northern sections of the ArkLaTex. And all of us will see cooler temperatures later this week. Friday, we will struggle potential to make it to 80 with a possibility for that scattered shower. The rain Friday probably most widespread over the northern sections of the area, and then we'll settle into dry as we go through the weekend and next week with quite a bit of sunshine. Notice the northerly winds for the most part, which will keep the drier air in place. Lows will probably settle into the middle 60s. Daytime highs will probably settle pretty close to normal in the mid to upper 80s. So again, a little bit of rain possible across the area for the rest of this Monday afternoon and evening. More scattered showers possible south tomorrow. All of us will see the chance of rain Wednesday, and then we'll see another chance on Friday with much cooler temperatures on the way as we go through this week.